Hi everybody, my name is Vera Grazia and welcome to this video. It's confusing for a lot of people the color and how it looks. I missed an increase. I think I'm looking at this video. It was fun. This was really fun to knit. Today's video is a project vlog about the shell tee, which is what I'm wearing. I just finished blocking it today. One thing I think is so funny about being a knitter is it's such a patient craft, yet when it comes to blocking, I'm so impatient. I need to have it immediately. So I blocked it last night and then it was pretty much all the way dry, but I set it outside because it's really hot outside in the shade and it dried very quickly, finished drying very quickly. So today it is 97 degrees and I tried to film this intro outside and my camera overheated. So the shell tee had been on my list to knit for a very long time. I had posted about it a few times on my Instagram story just because I saw it and just something about it I couldn't forget about. Just to begin and give you a little bit of the details of the sweater in case this helps you out or applies to you in your beginning stages of knitting this. I knit the size extra small. I hit gauge perfectly. The yarn that I used was Wool Dreamers Sona yarn. This here is the yarn. I got it at my local yarn shop in Alexandria called Fiberspace before I left my home to come up here. And I was looking around because I knew I was buying yarn for this project. And the sample comes in white, which I liked the look of, but I didn't quite want white because I've been knitting a lot of white. I wanted a little bit of a color. And this like yellow was perfect to me. The only issue was it was a fingering weight yarn. It still is a fingering weight yarn, but I bought enough to hold it double, and holding it double like met gauge perfectly, which I didn't even calculate in the store. I just hoped that it would. And I was a little bit nervous at the beginning that it was going to be a really dense fabric, but it's like perfect. Because I feel like when you look at the photos of the shell tee, it has a little bit of a denser look to it. It looks a little bit heavier. This worked out perfectly. The gauge is 18 stitches by 24 rows, so I was really surprised that I hit it so perfectly. Honestly, it was so fun to knit, and I hope if you are either watching this, working on a project just for fun, you might consider making this tee. I think it's so cute. The reason it caught my eye was the back. Like this drapey, ruffly back, but something about me is that I really like that baby doll feminine look, but then also having a little bit of like this split, you know, so it kind of balances like modesty but flattery, if you know what I'm saying. So this was super fun, and if you are making this currently and you are looking for help or any kind of guidance on some parts of the pattern, I hope I kind of go over some of the confusing parts in a way that only we'd understand if you're working on the pattern, because this is a paid pattern. That's pretty much what's in this video, and let's just get right into it. I hope you enjoy.
Side by side we sway there in all the colors. Sunlight, lonesome dove, folded on a lawn chair in all the colors. Sunlight. Stop giving back. Honeysuckle, fresh cut grass. I could really use some stuff like that.
Take care of you.
Talk to me and tell me all that you've seen, all the colors. Summer love.
It is the next day. Look a little crooked. I just wanted to give like an update on the shell tee. This was confusing for a lot of people in like the project section of the shell tee on Ravelry. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Because it has instructions for the yoke, and then it has at the same time do this, and then at the same time do another thing in 2 different paragraphs. And so I was a little bit intimidated, but this is just a note for anyone doing this sweater. So I worked, okay, Giselle, please. I worked through the first paragraph, which is the yoke and doing these shoulder increases. And then I am working through the arm, and I haven't gotten to the further spaced apart increases yet. I'm still working on the increase like every other row for the arms. And so this is when I start working the first at the same time. The AC just came on, I hope it's not too loud. You knit as the first instructions say, and then once it measures a certain amount, which is kind of actually a flexible amount, is when you make the ruffles for the back. So I was very intimidated by it, but it's actually not that intimidating. It's just like this top part is worked, and like halfway through you add the ruffles, and then when you get a little bit through the arms, then you do something different with the arms. So yeah, I'm just gonna show you the ruffles and how that turns out while I eat my bean salad and drink the rest of my coffee from this morning.
I love that color. It's a soft yellow.
Yeah.
It's kind of a subtle yellow, which I like.
Yeah, no, I like it too. It's not a bright yellow. And it feels soft. Yeah.
I hope you're only filming yourself, right?
No, you're in it.
No, don't put me in it. Look how fine.
No. Look at me too.
I know, but you're young and you're pretty. I'm gonna die when I see pictures of myself like that.
Okay, then don't watch my videos. It's gonna die soon anyways.
That's good.
Oh.
The ring looks nice on you there.
Yeah, I know. I just kind of want to give you a little bit of an update of what you've seen for the past few days, I guess, for the past few clips. So, I guess the at the same time thing got me, and it's not as easy because I was trying to look out for when I hit the amount of stitches that it called for the second at the same time paragraph. I disregarded the instructions on the amount of stitches to look for when I needed to stop decreasing as often, and so I had to go back and frog quite a few stitches to get back to that number. So I decreased less often, and then once I started decreasing less often, it was just like a few repeats of that until I then went to the at the same time thing. And so now I'm all caught up, and I've done all of the at the same times, and I'm cruising. So if you're knitting this pattern, it's not difficult, just you have a little bit to pay attention to, and I think it's definitely helpful to read and just understand and maybe like highlight where and when this happens, like highlight this is step 1, this is step 2, this is step 3, amongst those 3 yoke paragraphs, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm just knitting along, and I missed an increase. So I have to go back a little bit. But it's going good. It's going very good. And I really like this pattern. Like it's fun because it's a little bit challenging, and there's just so much that is happening, and you don't really understand what's taking shape until it takes shape. And so it's kind of exciting in that sense, because as you're knitting, you are seeing the thing come to life. And so one thing I really like seeing is the ruffles. I think the ruffles are really pretty. The ruffle in the back. I've been kind of having this idea to create my own design of that would include ruffles, so it was interesting to see how the ruffles were made. I'm really enjoying it. The yoke definitely takes the longest, as it would on anything, especially purling, but I don't know. I tend to appreciate a just purling row with nothing I have to do otherwise. But yeah, it's going good. Once I fix this mistake, I'll show you what it looks like. So, okay, I finished. I fixed it. Aren't those ruffles so pretty? Like, I think I'm just like, this is what originally inspired me when I saw this pattern, was this back ruffle. And so I'm so excited for that. And I did a little bit of a calculation, and thankfully when it comes to finishing the increases on this side, on the front side here, and the increases for the sleeves, it will happen on the same row. So I don't have to like make some adjustments and do something weird. It wouldn't be weird, it would just be like having to think harder than I have been. So I have 8 more rows left to go, because I have 2 more sets of increases on the sleeve, and 4 more on the panels, the front panels. And then I think I might be done. Yeah, then I'm done with the yoke. And then I can start working on the upper body, bind off the sleeves. I like how these sleeves look. Like, they look like nice. I'm making the size extra small, in case I didn't mention that. But they look like nice sleeves, so that they won't be like tight on me. Because I think I've had enough with tight, ill-fitting sleeves, if you understand what I'm saying. Okay, I'm just gonna keep knitting. So it's been a few hours. I don't know, maybe like an hour or so or something. And I ran out of yarn. I'm holding 2 strands of yarn together. So I ran out of the one that I did the gauge swatch with. But this is how much I have. It's like, this is not how it's gonna look. These are gonna be all the way over here. I'm purling, so I have to finish this purl row, and then I have a knit row where I only increase at the sides, and then I have a purl row, and then I have my last knit row of the yoke. So it's taking a little while because it's at that part of the yoke where there's the maximum amount of stitches on the needles as possible. But as you can see, I ran out of the yarn here. I'm gonna have to go inside and take a break from the sun and actually put some more yarn on. But yeah, it's looking good. One thing that I'm a little bit like concerned about, not really concerned all that much because there's no issue besides the look of it, but like when you look at my increases, I mean, maybe they have a little bit of a line. Hello. But on the pattern, like the increase line looks sharp, but mine doesn't really look sharp. Like you can definitely see where the increases happen, but there's not like that out bump, you know, as opposed to like right here, how it kind of is like a very stark difference. And I'm following the pattern, and I'm doing my make one lefts and my make one rights right. So I don't really know what the issue is, but it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. That's not a big part of the pattern anyways. I mean, it looks nice, but whatever. was, but it's been a few days probably, I think. So this summer I am in Massachusetts and my boyfriend came to visit me, so he was here the whole weekend, plus some of the end of the week of last week. And I didn't knit a lot, but I did knit a little bit. We went to a Chris Stapleton, George Strait concert yesterday, and I was trying to finish this by then. It didn't end up happening, but it's okay because my outfit was cute otherwise. But it is now today, and I have finished it, and I've woven in all my ends. So the only thing I have left to do is block it. And this was fun. This was really fun to knit because it was just really fun. It was like something, a very regular, not really a very regular construction, but the idea is the same, you know, like you're increasing and building the yoke, but then it gets a little bit interesting and you're doing a little bit of some different things. So like typically I think the yoke can get boring because it just keeps getting bigger, bigger, bigger. But this was like getting kind of bigger, and then all of a sudden I had to stop and then do the panels. And then the panels were, I was a little bit nervous about the panels, but I mean, it came out really well. That might be like, anyways, it came out really well. Like come on now. I don't know, it's really cute. But I am certainly excited to block it. I tried to do like a mini block because like I said, I was trying to finish it by the concert that we went to, because these front flaps would open up randomly and I would just be like, what the heck? Yeah, but this bottom part, like this, I gotta do something here because it's kind of a big flare. But probably after this, you'll see a little bit of the blocking process. At the end of this video, I will do like a closer detailed look of all different aspects of the sweater, just because I know that if I was watching this video before I knit this top and or while I'm knitting it and I'm confused about something, for me, if I'm able to visually see what's happening, it helps me understand a little bit more what the pattern is trying to do. So I might block it tonight, but I have to do a before and after and a blocking video for Instagram. We'll figure it out. Hi, good morning. It's time to block my sweater. Don't mind this, I just have to get the hair out of the way. I've been doing work all morning, and I think it's a good stopping point to block my sweater and do my little videos that I do. So I'm gonna show you how it looks like on right now. Okay, here it is before being blocked. You can certainly tell that I need to block it because it flares out like this. Here's the ruffly back. But like, look at this. This is not what we want. It's not what we want. Here's the front flaps. Here's everything about it. It's very cute. It's very cute. I love it a lot. But I do think blocking is going to be magical for this. Arms are wonderful. This is wonderful. Ruffles are wonderful. The bottom will be wonderful. See you when I start blocking. I'm waiting for my water to heat up, and I am out of my soap wool wash. And I need to get some more. Maybe if soap wool wash ever saw this, like that would be cool, but probably not. That's probably not gonna happen. It's all done. Now I am the best ever at letting my thing sit for much longer than it needs to sit, so yeah. So I blocked my sweater. Here's how it's looking. This is the blocking. That's how I blocked it. I stretched out the strap, so hopefully they'll be long. And I really blocked down the seams because those kept flaring up, as you saw. I'm gonna start editing this video, so that was the video. I really hope you enjoyed this video. This sweater was so fun to make, if you couldn't tell, because I said it so many times. If you are knitting this tee and have any questions at all, my Instagram is knittingfaye, so come follow me there if you want to, I guess. You can just message me any questions you may have, and I will do my best to help you if I can. As promised, here are some details of the tee, the shell tee by Wool and Beyond. And here is just a final look at it on fully. So it does flare out a little bit, but I think that's because I blocked it in a way that it flared out, just because there was so much fabric in the back that it was hard to like block it to a width. I just blocked these down here to keep them flat, but luckily they're staying flat. The neckline sits nice and flat. I am fine with it opening, honestly, because that's kind of cute. But here's how it will look if I tie it in a bow. It's super cute, kind of does open like this, so maybe it's not meant to do that. But one thing I like is that I can always sew it up more right here if I need to. But yeah, that's it for this sweater and this tee. That's it for this tee. If you have any questions, please find me on Instagram and ask me anything. I'm happy to help in any way that I can, because I know that for me it's helpful to get visuals, which I hope I have provided for you in this video, and sometimes just an explanation or to hear what someone else did. So maybe consider subscribing if you enjoyed this video, and I hope your summer is warm, full of happiness and joy and shells. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!